Love it or hate it, Pixar's latest film is just a reminder that Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, the movie, and the show are nowhere to be found on Disney+. What's up with that? In 1995, Andy got a toy from his favorite movie, and now we finally get to see that movie where we follow legendary Space Ranger Buzz Lightyear in an intergalactic adventure. But before I get started with my review for Lightyear today, let me know your thoughts on it, and if you love movies and TV, this is the place to be, so consider clicking that subscribe button so you won't miss any future conversations on your favorite movies and TV. And I came into this film pretty pumped because number one, it's a Pixar movie. Number two, they're bringing Pixar back to the big screen where it belongs. It's also focused on one of my most beloved characters, one of my favorites of all time in Buzz Lightyear. But the concept itself is fascinating. It's such a clever concept to create this kind of in-universe origin story for where the toy came from, where the toy was based off of, using this real world logic that makes it all so fascinating and creative. And what this is a summer blockbuster by way of Pixar. And in being that, it delivers all the awe-inspiring spectacle and fun that you could want from a sci-fi blockbuster and from a Pixar movie, and it blends all those qualities really well. First and foremost, when I talk about Pixar on this channel, I have to talk animation. And while from movie to movie they always get better, Lightyear takes a giant leap for animation. This is not just one of the best looking animated films I have ever seen, it's one of the best looking films I have ever seen. The visuals are stunning. The animation is jaw-dropping. You get spectacular vistas when you go into space, when Buzz is flying around on his ship. It's just stunning to see that is entirely animation. When you get to the ships and the world the characters are inhabiting, but then you go small scale, look at the details on the suits, on the ships, but then on the skin, the hairs, when people sweat, and the wrinkles on their face, even when they cry. The details are stunning to look at. It's so intricate and detailed, and it feels like animation just took a massive jump in years from their last movie just a few months ago with Turning Red, and now this. What also helps is Michael Giacchino's epic, grandiose score that accompanies every story and character beat in this film so beautifully. It cements his place as one of the all-time great composers. Furthermore, as a Pixar film, it brings in all the best qualities from all their best works so far, as a ton of the legendary directors and storytellers of Pixar all were involved in this film. So you get a summer sci-fi blockbuster with qualities from Inside Out, from Soul, from Coco, from the Toy Story films. And one of those qualities is best represented in Socks. This little ball of cuteness will not only melt your heart, but it will take your breath away because of how much you're laughing at everything he does and says. I don't remember a single joke from Socks not landing with the audience I was in, myself included. He's just absolutely brilliant and hilarious, and Chris Evans as Buzz, he brings this new dynamic to him. He has his own take on it as this macho kind of hero from a film, and then reveals unexpected layers and an unexpected depth to this character that I was surprised by. And that is what Lightyear surprisingly but truly excels at: poignant emotion. Like I said, this is a sci-fi summer blockbuster by way of Pixar, but it's not just a cool concept with stunning visuals. While it delivers the expected awe-inspiring spectacle and fun, it reveals itself to be a multi-layered exploration of the in-film personality and brings new depth to our favorite Space Ranger. It becomes more of this sci-fi character study where all the great qualities that make him the greatest Space Ranger of all are exactly the same things that make him an extremely flawed man. And we follow him as he tries to learn and to live with mistakes of his past that keep haunting him. So it's not just a fun, exciting adventure, but a compelling personal journey of a man who must live with the mistakes of his past that constantly haunt him because of the choices he made and how those choices have affected him, changed his course, and have affected those he holds dearest. So Lightyear really touched some personal chords with me because it has much more of a first man element to it than I expected. It's not entirely first man, it's not just first man by way of Pixar. It has the spectacle, it has the fireworks, but it is much more introspective and intimate than I expected, which makes Lightyear emotionally heavy as a film in a very unexpected way, but a way that really defines the version of Buzz that we see in the Toy Story films and even in the Star Command cartoon. So with all these qualities, why is it almost great? I think the film is such a great start. Half an hour into the film, I was bawling my eyes out. The third act makes some choices that I think took away from the point that the film was trying to make. In this journey of this flawed man trying to grow, trying to live with his mistakes, trying to learn from them, I think there are choices that kind of deafen the point, and that is best represented with the villain in the film, Zurg. I think the third act takes a turn that was ultimately a disservice to the story of Buzz in this film, where the concept is very undercooked and the execution just overall rushed. So instead of enhancing our character's journey, it actually took a little bit away from it. That ultimately becomes such a disservice to the point that the film was trying to make with this very complex, compelling personal journey of our character in this incredibly fascinating world with this exciting concept, that it just doesn't allow the great parts of this film to create for a great whole. So it falls just short of greatness, because this film was well on its way to being one of Pixar's best and one of the year's best. Which is ultimately a shame, because the film has some great ideas and great execution spread throughout, so then what they do with Zurg really sticks out by a sore thumb, and there were ways of getting around that that would have enhanced the journey Buzz is going through in this film that is so compelling, that is so interesting, that is so multi-layered and very grown up. It was ultimately a disappointment of seeing a film that was going so well for the first two acts, and then the third act is good, it's fun, it's more like the summer blockbuster that you kind of expected with this film. It's just not as poignant, it's just not as emotional, it's just not as complex as what came before. Nevertheless, for all the flaws of this film, its qualities far exceed it. Lightyear is equal parts poignant emotion and spectacle, carrying all the best elements from all the best works from Pixar. It delivers a layered character study of a flawed man, yet a hero for all generations with incredible life lessons. It's surprising, it's emotional, it's exciting, and it's jaw-droppingly inspiring on a visual and narrative level. I'm giving Lightyear a B+. And so those are my thoughts on Lightyear, just shy of being great, the highest B+ I could give. But I want to know what you thought of it in the comments below. Let me know, and thank you so much for watching. Big thank you to my channel members for always supporting the channel. I'll be back very soon with more videos. So until the next one, love each other and love the movies.